Why is willpower not enough? So it's this question, everybody wants to change. Everybody thinks they should do more with their life, be more, achieve more, these kinds of things. And yet, that doesn't seem to happen. So many people desire change, and yet nothing ever happens. There's whole industries built on making change, including the industry I'm in. Whole processes built around this idea of changing for the better, transforming your life, doing these things. And yet it doesn't seem to ever happen. It doesn't seem that things do change, that people actually follow through. And they're like, but I have the desire, I have the will to do it. Why can't I change? And the answer is simple. Because willpower is not enough. Because let's be real here. If willpower was enough, we'd all have the things we want. We'd all have the things that we desire. We'd all just do the work that is required, and we'd be like, okay, decided I've had enough of being fat. Gonna start exercising, gonna start eating better, gonna start doing the work. And like that, it would be done. But the answer is that willpower is not enough. The desire to make the change is not enough. You actually need something more than that. That's why you require discipline to do the work. That's why discipline is required to truly make change. Because motivation gets you to do that hard thing once. Discipline gets you to do that hard thing 1,000 times. And that's the gap. That's the difference. But people rely on motivation. They feel like they should be motivated every single day to get up and work out and eat the right foods and make the right choices and choose the best course of action. When in reality, that's a fucking pipe dream. You are not going to wake up motivated every single day. You are not going to wake up driven to do hard shit, to do the work that is required. Hell, the majority of the time you're probably not going to wake up motivated for it. Past the first week or so when you decide you need to change, you're probably not going to wake up and be driven forward to do the hard things. So you have to establish discipline. You have to establish hard and fast rules about what you are willing to tolerate and what you are going to do. And then find a way to enforce that on you. Find a way to crank up that discipline and actually do the work that is required. Because this is how you make change. This is how you reach those goals. This is how you actually do the work. And it's why most people never will. And the other part of it is also that willpower is a muscle. And it's a muscle that you can strengthen and develop and grow and make iron fucking clad. Or you can weaken it and make it pathetic and non-existent. The choice is yours. It's about what you're willing to do and the choices that you make. We discussed the other day that every choice you make is a vote towards the man you want to be or the man that you currently are and don't want to be anymore. You always have the choices. It's whether you're willing to actually do the work on it. That's the difference. That's the gap. And so it's why most people will break on their diet or their eating plan or whatever it may be at night. It's why we succumb to indulgences at night. You can be rock solid, crushing the game all fucking day. And then you get to nighttime and you're a little bit tired and things have ebbed away a little bit. And you're like, you know what would go down really fucking well right now? Ice cream or wine or chocolate or pizza or whatever the fuck it may be. It's because you've used up all your willpower. It's why when we start chasing greatness, we start with one thing. Because if you want to take on too much all at once, your average person is not going to be able to handle it. There's too much change happening all in one go. And it can't be done. You your mind overrides you and goes, no, this is too much. We aren't going to do this. And so you use up all your willpower early on in the day, and then you've got nothing left by the end of the day. And so you crumble, and you feel like shit. And so you make it worse, and then you start the cycle again. You know, and I've fallen victim to this. The amount of times I've been like, oh, well, I fucked it up. And I'm probably the worst case of it, because mine's always been, well, I'll start again Monday. It could be fucking Tuesday night or Tuesday morning. I fucked it up. Well, start again Monday. No. Just keep fucking moving forward. But you have to start the counting again, the consistency again. But don't let it, spiral out of control. Don't let it lose the momentum that you built by being like, well, I fucked it. I'm just going to wait till this perfect moment to start again. Just keep moving forward. Yeah, you're going to have to start your count again. If you're in Chasing Greatness, or if you're in 126 to Greatness, it is perfection. But don't wait a week to start again. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Just fucking start. Just start doing right now, right this second, so that you can continue to move forward, so that you can continue to progress. Because that's what matters. That's how you get better at this. That's how you improve the game. That you instill the discipline in it. That, yeah, I fucked up. Yeah, I'm pissed off about it. Yeah, I'm not happy that that happened. But right now, I am just going to keep moving forward. I'm going to build the discipline. I'm going to continue the momentum and just keep moving forward. Because motivation ebbs and flows. And I don't know about you, but have you ever been sleep deprived? You know, you've gone on a really long, I don't know, car drive, or yeah, you got insomnia, or anything like that, and you're fucking knackered. What's the first thing that you reach for? What's the first thing that you do when you are exhausted? You look for a cheap dopamine hit. And I think we all do it. I think everyone under the sun has done it in some format or the other. You know, whether it is junk food, whether it is alcohol, whether it is drugs, whether it is doom scrolling, whether it is TV, whether it is porn, whatever it may be. But you get really tired and all your motivation and all your resolves go out the window. And you're like, what can I do in this moment that'll push me forward? Like, make me feel better? What can I do in this moment that'll give me that quick boost and that quick high? And the answer is something that you shouldn't fucking do. That's the fucking answer. But we do. We give in because we've lost the willpower. That willpower has been drained because we no longer don't have energy. We don't feel at the top of our game. We don't feel like taking on the world. So it just drops away. And this is why you need discipline. This is why you have to have discipline first, so that you can override those feelings. So that you can go, oh, no, I do feel like a cheap dopamine hit. But my discipline, my word, and my focus says I don't fuck with that. Therefore, I don't fuck with that. End of story. That you just don't. And that takes time to build. It really does. But that's one of the most valuable skills that you can develop, is the ability to create discipline around things. Because the other problem is that we live essentially subconsciously. They estimate 95% upwards of our daily thoughts, actions, and choices are subconscious or habitual. So zero input from you on a conscious side. So if you aren't cognitively aware of what you are doing, if you aren't thinking through and being conscious of the choices that you're making, it's really damn difficult to make any lasting change. Because how would you? How would you make lasting change if you're just running on autopilot? You're still running on the man that you used to be. That you haven't actually consciously made decisions on what you're going to do. That you just fall back into these old patterns. And we just accept it and go, oh, okay, that's what we're doing today. We are doing X. And they can be whatever habits and subconscious patternings they may be. But I can nearly guarantee you that if you are unhappy with where you are in life, if you are wanting to make a lasting change, that the subconscious patternings and habits that you have in place are not the ones that are going to serve you. They're not like the ones of like, well, it's time to work out, so therefore I'm going to work out because I've worked out every single day for the last 211 days. They're more likely to be, oh, well, I'm feeling a bit down and tired. Let's go searching for some food that I can eat. Or I'm feeling a bit drained. I might just sit on my phone and scroll. Or, I might go watch some TV instead of doing the work that I want to do. We fall into these subconscious patterns and these habitual patterns. And it's part of why 126 is 126 days. The reason why 126 to greatness is 126 days is because it takes 126 days to replace a negative habit with a positive one. Just think about that. Think about how frequently you have committed that much time and that much focus and that much dedication to something. That you have given 126 days in a row with no days off, no exceptions, no misses, no backslides, no nothing, to ingrain that new habit in you. When have you done that? Have you ever done that? Because for the majority of people, the answer is no. And I mean, no days off. It's 126 days in a row. It's not, Monday to Friday and then the weekends off. No. It is all of the days. And this is what it takes to make a true, long-lasting change. This is what it takes to break through, to create the discipline, to create that subconscious pattern, that habitual programming, that this is what you do. This is who you are, that you just show up and get this shit done. And it's not until you can truly create that things will begin to change on a grander scale. Until you can create that true discipline, that things will shift in the way that you need them to do. Because for as long as you're still relying on motivation to get you through, it's going to be hard. And it's why most people will never see long-lasting change. It's why most people's changes are flash in the pans. That they might do really well for even 3, 6, 12 months, but then life happens and they revert back. It's because they haven't dealt with the habitual side of it. They haven't dealt with the subconscious program. They haven't actually addressed it at the cause. They've just basically put a band-aid on it and covered it up for a little while. But it will come back. It will rear its ugly head unless you replace those habits with positive habits. And even then, you still need to be cognizant of them, because your body will still seek out the easiest path. It'll still search for the simplest and most straightforward path on this, because that's human nature. And if you're a father and you are there, you know about that. I'm tired today. My son didn't sleep well last night. I am fucking tired today. And so that deep ingrained part of me that wants to seek out the easiest path says, just rest today. Just do nothing today. Go home and sleep. You've earned it. But that's not where I'm at. That's not what's going to progress me forward. That's not what's going to provide for my family. So I cannot listen to that voice in my head. I cannot listen to that subconscious programming and that habitual thing. I have to make the choices that are actually best for me, that are actually going to progress me towards what I want and where I want to be in life. I can't rely on the motivation to get up today and go do the workout. No, I have to actually go forth and do the stuff because of discipline. Not because of desire, but because that's just what has to fucking get done. So it becomes a non-negotiable. It becomes something that doesn't matter about my feelings. As we discussed recently, your feelings are fucking liars. They are not the thing that is going to allow you to progress forward. They are not the thing that is going to push you towards your highest good. They are things that will consistently sabotage you, that will take you out of the race that you should be winning. Because if you listen to your feelings, you're only ever going to choose the easy way. You're only ever going to choose the quick route. You are only ever going to choose simple and easy now, not what is required for long-term success. And we can't allow that. We cannot give in to our emotions. We cannot rely on motivation to get us to the promised land, because motivation will ebb and flow. It will wane and it will disappear at times. But discipline and grit and fortitude, they are the things. They are the things that will push you towards your greatness. It's why it's called chasing greatness, because they are the things that will push you forward on that will override all the circumstances. They will override those thoughts and feelings. They will override your challenges and setbacks. They will override the days when you just don't feel like it, but you get up and you go and fucking earn it anyway. Discipline is that key. It's the secret to freedom that nobody wants to talk about, because it opens you up to have the capacity to do what is required, regardless of the situation. It's why we need discipline. It's why we can't rely on motivation and willpower. It's why we can't, kick back and trust that those things will get us through, because they won't. They just won't. So you have to make a decision. You have to decide what you're willing to do, and whether you're willing to push through, whether you're willing to create the discipline. You got to utilize willpower and motivation at the very beginning, and after that you have to kick into discipline, because otherwise you're going to be forever stuck on that hamster wheel. You're going to forever be going round and round and round, wishing for progress, wishing for the results that you want, but you aren't changing who you fundamentally are. And that's the scary part, and that's a topic for another day. But you have to fundamentally change who you are so that you can become the man that you want to be. Because it's not going to happen you can continuing to live as you are. So it's time to do better. It's time to be better. It's time to step up and act like it. It's time to start chasing greatness. So if you're ready for that, please shoot me a message. Let's get you into chasing greatness, into our first 30-day challenge. Let's build that first step, build it out, and start building the discipline that you need to change your life. If you're not quite there, click the link in my bio, grab my top 10 tools to transform your mental toughness. And lastly, if you took value from this, if you know someone else who could enjoy it, please like, comment, subscribe, and spread the word. I'm here every single day, leading from the front, sharing my experiences as I go through this journey. I hope to inspire you along the way, so please help me grow at this. But I'll be back again tomorrow. Until then.